Hello and welcome to PlumeriaPlay and welcome to our first big fall build of the season. I am really excited to show you guys this build. I think it turns out so cute. So let's go ahead and hop into the speed build. So this build is meant to encompass all of the cozy fall vibes, but we are keeping this build a little bit neutral because I think we're going to use it and redecorate it for every season. But here's a quick look at that inspiration photo. I don't stick to that inspiration photo exactly, but I feel like you can kind of see the vibe that we're going for. We do keep that like pumpkin entryway, and I kind of use the same black and white style color scheme. We are building in the world of Brindleton Bay, and I actually think this style of house fits really well over here. This is the lot that usually has a house on it, if I'm not mistaken. I'll show you at the end of the video where it's at and everything, but we kind of got the outside shape of this house done pretty quickly because it's a very simple shape. I kind of like simply shaped exteriors, but now I'm kind of getting that floor plan together so we know what we're looking to build. This house technically ends up being 4 bedrooms and 3 bathrooms, but we do use one of the bedrooms as an office slash flex space, so I think it ends up being an art studio. The actual house decoration I don't feel like took me that long, but the exterior of this house took me forever. I feel like I was just trying to have such a specific kind of vibe, and then the individual pumpkin placing that we do later, obviously that takes a long time, but I think it was so worth it. I am trying to pick a door now. I thought maybe I wanted to go with a black door, but I really wanted to use this one from Growing Together, but they don't have a black swatch with a white trim, and that bothered me so much. Also, I have not acknowledged his cat cam up there yet either. So Apollo is actually not in the office with us. This is a pre-recorded cat cam. I swear I don't do this often, but he was in his cat cam spot while we were streaming because we did live stream this build first, and I forgot to open a second window to record this. So his cat cam was up and he was there live in the stream, but now you're watching a pre-recorded cat cam version, and that'll be there as long as he's there, but once he leaves I'll take it off. I'm so sorry about that. I swear to you I don't usually put a pre-recorded cat cam, but in this case this was a build I could not post, and you guys would think he was having like a little cardiac arrest or something if I left the speeded version up, because he breathed so fast. Obviously this is sped up like 8 times. So it's very quick, which means he moves very quick also because he's a part of the video. I could have just lied and pretended like he was there, but there is a chance that he could come jump in my lap or something. So I thought it might be awkward if we ended up with double Apollos. So that's why I'm just letting you know. Like I said, I promise I don't usually do that, but in this case, it's what had to happen. But we are finally getting back out to the exterior now that we've got our floor plan figured out. The exterior, like I said, is what takes me the longest, and we do finish that first before we go inside. So right now I'm trying to get a yard situated. We do have 2 kids. Actually, yeah, we have 2 kids and a toddler that this house is built out for. So I wanted to make sure we had some yard space for them. And I kind of wanted a cozy fire pit because that just feels very fall to me. And now we're doing landscaping. I always do this with my landscaping where I put our dirt path down first and then I start putting our greenery on top of it. It just helps me to visualize out where that landscaping is going to go. And you may think we would go with a lot of orange and yellow flowers, and you'd probably usually be right. But since I am planning to redecorate this house for every season as that season comes up, we went with a more neutral green landscaping. We actually don't use many flowers here at all, but I think that the landscaping turns out so lovely. I really like the soft touches with just some baby yellow flowers. They almost look white in some lights. They actually match that underlying yellow flower really well. And speaking of Apollo, he just made his way into the office, so we would have had a double Apollo moment at some point. But now we are on the porch getting some pumpkins and things placed, and this house just felt like it was screaming for some cozy rocking chairs, so we did put those out as well. I wanted to make sure that we got a ton of different fall decorations, so there's gonna be a lot of pumpkins, both like spooky and just like autumnal pumpkins. I got some wreaths on the door. We got Patchy outside. I even have my tester sim Teddy here, and we decorated the house with these cute little orange and yellow lights. I think it's so cute. And now we are starting to lay out our pumpkins to get ready to do our huge pumpkin path. I do have the Better BuildBuy mod by Twisted Mexi installed, and that made this so much easier to get through debug. So if you notice that I'm like able to copy paste and change swatches on debug items, that's why. I tried to do this little shelf trick to get the pumpkins to place a little bit better on the stairs, but it did not work out. It was just too cramped in there to see what was going on. So they might be floating or clipping a little bit, but to be honest with you, I don't particularly mind that. Now we went with the Spooky Day pumpkins all up the stairs, so those are all carved. And on the main row of pumpkins that you're about to see placed down, it's all cottage living pumpkins. So at this point, I don't realize that there are other color pumpkins, and I'm like, it's too much orange. We need some other. I start looking, I was like, can I use like a cabbage or something as a pumpkin? But then we realized that we could change swatches also on the Spooky Day ones too. I think that helps it so much. It like brings it together. It gives it a nice autumnal feel without being just like too much orange, because it was definitely too much orange before. Now you may be thinking I'm not using enough orange now, but we were just trying to get the pumpkin path placed, and then I go back and change the swatches to get some more orange variants in there. So that's what's happening right now. I also went ahead and grabbed a mailbox. I decided to use this one for rent. The other ones just didn't feel right to me. And then after we get the pumpkin layout more figured out, I start going back in and changing up the swatches to have more orange variants. I just wanted there to be more touches of the white and the green, and I do feel like we end up accomplishing that. I am absolutely obsessed with the way that this turned out. This is like probably my favorite piece of a build that I have ever done. I thought it was so fun. We had a really like fun time placing it all down as well. And now we are trying to get some nice fall trees outside. So we are looking through a lot of different trees, trying to find the one that feels the most autumnal and fall themed. And I think we really found some great ones. I really wanted a mix of all of the fall colors, so I wanted a little yellow, a little orange, and a little red out there. And it takes me probably way too long to pick out which trees we should use, but this is what we end up going with, and I think it's gorgeous. We do use the tree from Movie Hangout in the back because I liked the lanterns. I felt like that was a nice vibe. And now we are working on that backyard space. This yard space was actually way smaller than I thought, but it was kind of a priority for me to get a little fire pit out here. I thought about doing a painted terrain path and then decided actually we'll just put down some brick. That'll be better. So we're putting our little tree back, and then I'm realizing we're definitely gonna have to extend this yard. So we only end up with monkey bars out here for the kids. I don't mind that. They have a lot of stuff to do in their bedrooms. We gave them some really nice spaces. So I think just having the monkey bars outside was perfectly fine, but that is all that they end up with over here. Maybe it's just my experience, but my family always does like little marshmallow and a weenie roast during the fall season. So the fire pit just felt a little bit more true to me, but let me know in the comments, what are your favorite fall activities? I want to go apple picking so bad, but apparently we don't have any of that near us. I guess we don't have the weather for apple orchards, unfortunately, but I am looking to maybe go to a pumpkin patch or something this year, which could be a lot of fun. But now we are finally inside the house working on our kitchen. We do the kitchen first. I actually had to stream this build over 2 different days. So the first half was the exterior plus the kitchen. We are putting down some filler furniture right now, so don't stress. Some of that's not gonna stay, especially in the colors. I was actually showing off that we finally got the first event rewards. They just put them in everyone's base game. I was one of the people that lost my event rewards because I had to uninstall and reinstall my game, and I didn't think to back them up because I've never had to back up event rewards before. So I lost mine. So I was very happy to have those back. So if you missed out on those, you now have them, which is really exciting that the Sims team did that. I mean, I was just going to get those plain pillows off of the gallery, but it is nice that I don't have to take that extra step anymore. But now we are working on our kitchen. We do end up going with these cabinets from Parenthood. I love that they have that nice neutral tone wood base, but like almost a reddish color cabinet top. I thought that looked very fall without being too aggressively fall. And it took me a while to get to them, but we end up going with this warm brown jungle adventure appliances, which I think worked excellently. And we brought in some more of that color with the bar stools that we chose. So now we are about to decorate our kitchen. We did get the backsplash from Home Chef Hustle. I know I probably use it too much, but it's the best tile, and it perfectly pulled in the color scheme that we had. So it felt like a crime to not use it, honestly. But we're getting some little lights above our island. We're adding in a little closet because I did want to make sure we included the decor box. And now we are just gonna be adding in some of the fall things into the kitchen. Plus just getting a warmer light in here. I end up doing this again so all the lights end up being a warmer tone. It just felt like we needed to have it for the fall aesthetic, but we are getting the rest of the walls painted just a nice little creamy color. I wanted to really use a lot of decorations and whatnot. And now we're finally decorating the kitchen. I think I've said that like 3 times and now it's just finally happening. But we're getting pumpkins, a pumpkin rug, a wreath in the window. I love the stuff from Seasons. I wish we maybe had a little bit more fall stuff. There is some spooky stuff, but I was going for more of like just an autumnal vibe here instead of a Halloween vibe. Not that there's anything wrong with a Halloween vibe. I obviously love a Halloween vibe, but for this particular house, I just wanted to feel a little bit more fall. And like I said, it's a pretty good mix and match. We do use some spooky stuff, but it's not aggressively Halloween, I don't think. It's just fun. But now we're just adding some final little touches. I debate getting a picture on the wall there and decide against it ultimately. But whilst I'm looking for that, I do find this beautiful fall piece, which starts here at the front door, but doesn't stay there at the front door. We'll figure out where that goes. I honestly don't remember, but I know it's in the house somewhere. And we are about to finish up with day 1 of the real-time build. And it's gonna jump now to day 2 when we start on the dining room. So I do apologize in advance. I feel like I've been jumping around the whole time, but this next segment starts me jumping around an awful lot. So if that bothers you, I'm really sorry. We do end up getting everything fully decorated, but it doesn't all happen at once. So I start on the dining room and then I end up in the living room and then I do the entryway and then I come back to the dining room to decorate the table. But like I said, it does all get decorated and I think I show everything, so you should see all the decorations happen. You just might notice that we scooch around the build a little bit. I was more trying to get everything placed in a color scheme that I liked and then add the decorations on top of that. I wanted the house to stand alone even without the decorations added in. And then at some point we also decided to get a cat. Somebody in stream recommended that, I think. So I was like, okay, yes, cozy fall house gets cozy fall cat. And that's a rule. I can't help that. But while we're getting some decorations and things like that placed down, I'd like to give you some life updates and some upcoming news that we've got going on with my channel / Twitch streams. So we are going to be doing a Halloween Twitch stream. Apollo is going to be wearing a pumpkin costume. And if you stay till the end, I actually have a clip from the live stream where we put on his pumpkin costume and show it off really quickly. It's actually super cute. And it's the same pumpkin costume that my golden retriever Lily wore when she was a puppy. And that was 9 years ago. So it's very special to me that he's getting to wear that and that I somehow still managed to have that. But I'm very excited. We'll be playing with the new pack and that's going to be on my Twitch. And like I said, this build is also live stream. You don't have to stop by, but it is linked down below if you want to stop by. And so is my second channel, Plumeria Plus, where I upload all my live streams onto another YouTube channel. So if you wanted to go watch them back, you could do that as well. You guys have voted for me and I'm going to be going as a fairy for Halloween. I've got my little costume, my little pointy ears. It's so cute. And all the dogs, I didn't want to have to buy 3 dog Halloween costumes, so they all got Halloween bandanas. If you happen to want to watch me pick out the dogs' bandanas, we do that in the second part of this build on the Twitch stream. And you can go watch that with the links below if you wanted to see them get their bandanas put on. It was actually so chaotic. We have 3 pretty big dogs and they're not exactly the most cooperative, especially when we start trying to put them in like clothes. So it was quite funny, but we did pick out which bandanas they were going to wear on stream because I bought a pack of 5, but I only have the 3 dogs. So I don't mean to be talking about stream a lot to plug it and make you go over there, but it's just relevant to what's going on in my life. But I think the Halloween stream is going to be really fun. So I'm trying to advertise that one just a little bit. But speaking of streams, and I promise this is the last plug I'm going to make, but today, if you're watching this when this video gets posted at 1 o'clock Central, we are going to be doing a stream with my husband Dante where he tries to build in The Sims for the first time ever. I think it is gonna be a tragedy, but I think it's gonna be a really fun tragedy to watch and a lot of fun for us to do together. So if you want to stop by that, it's linked below. That's it. Okay, I promise, no more plugs. Your support over here on YouTube is more than enough, so never ever feel like you need to stop by the streams. I just really love having you guys here, and that is enough for me. But I guess let's actually talk about the build for a minute. So we are in the bedroom, and I have found this wallpaper that I don't think I've ever seen before. We're gonna use it as an accent wallpaper. It does end up swapping walls. That's happening now. and I love it. I think it looks so autumnal and fun, but it's just a nice wallpaper even outside of that, and I can't believe I've never seen it before. I feel like I need to try to go back and look through some older swatches. I just feel like I don't know what's all there, because now that we've gotten all these packs, I have a tendency to build pretty pack heavy, and this is still a very pack heavy build, to be fair, but it's like almost like I've forgotten about some of those things that are base game that are actually really pretty that I just don't really look at anymore. I'm thinking I need to try to do just a base game and seasons build and try to build another fall house just to see what we could come up with without all the different packs. But we are getting a desk here next to our cat tree. This cat tree is like perfect fall colors also. I don't think I ever use that swatch. I almost always pick that cat tree out in like a white or a cream color, but we just have a cute little desk here. We're decorating it very simply. Desk and computers are just nice to have in a build. And while we do have like an office room upstairs, it ends up being more of an art studio type of situation. Also, you may have just seen, I forgot to get curtains in the main living area, and I noticed when I went to get them in the bedroom, we went with these also base game curtains that are like dual tone. And I did find a curtain from Dream Home Decorator that has a pretty leaf swatch on it too. So I put that upstairs. We're saving that one for later. I tried to use it downstairs and it just didn't quite work. But we are kind of finishing up the decorations on this bedroom in here. And then I believe we're moving on to the bathroom right next to it now. The bathrooms we keep pretty simple and pretty standard. I do use this Home Chef Hustle tile again that we used in the kitchen, with just this base game creamy colored tile. I did want a tub and a shower in here. I don't really know why. I just think it looks nice. So we do end up doing that. It does make for kind of a weird bathroom layout with the way the window's placed, and then the fact that I wanted to separate the tub and shower out, but I do think it works out pretty nicely in the end. I did try to use the shelf from the new nursery pack, but it didn't quite fit. So I ended up using this cute little plant one, and we did play test everything before we got off. So everything does work. And I think now that is going to be it for our downstairs, and we're moving upstairs. You will notice that the bathrooms just are magically done upstairs, and that's because I skipped through those. I pretty much copied everything from the downstairs bathroom to those two upstairs bathrooms. I will give you a little tour at the end so you'll be able to see those more clearly. But we are starting with our little entryway space. We use this Dream Home Decorator couch as almost a little window seat. I think it's so cozy. We played around with the idea of getting a little bookshelf up here, and we ended up deciding to use the ones from the Book Nook kit and put them above the couch. I think it turns out super cute, and it's just like a nice cozy little reading nook. Unfortunately, your Sims don't actually really use that much, but I think it looks nice, and it's a good little space filler option. I feel like I need to get more creative with my space fillers. Let me know your favorite ones to do in the comments below. And now we are moving to our first bedroom, which is going to be furnished for 2 kids. It's a pretty gender neutral room, so girls or boys work really well in here, I think. But this one is like fall threw up on it, and there's really not a better way to explain it. We go overboard, but like I think in a really fun way. The rug that was in here, we did end up moving to what's gonna eventually be our toddler's room. I was kind of trying to spread the fall things throughout, so one room wasn't overly fall and the other room wasn't fall enough. But this is the room that we use a lot of the little kids decorations and stuff in. I imagine the 2 kids here just went crazy making all of these fall decorations for their room. So of course they wanted to put them all up everywhere. I think it's really fun and really cute and really cozy. And I actually really love the color scheme. I really like the way that like mauve-y pink color mixes with the yellow wallpaper, and then the way that that mixes with all the orange leaves and whatnot. But now we are moving on to our toddler room. I think this one might end up being my favorite room in the whole house. It's so cute, and I love what we do with the little campers tent. So we add this tent in here, we size it down, and that little orange fox on the top of it just feels so fall to me. But we get just a little bit of decoration down there. So we use this cute little warm tone bed with the fox lamp, and we put a little blarfy underneath as well. We do play test this, it does work. And the tent has a little gap in it, so it's a lot easier to click on than you think. Because at first I was like, well, it's cute, but it's kind of impractical. And maybe it's still a little impractical, but it's not as impractical as I previously thought. And now we're using some Dream Home Decorator stuff to build out a little closet space for our toddler. And I used the new infant clothes from the nursery pack. I know this is a toddler and not an infant, but I just thought it was such a cute little touch. And now we're moving to our last room upstairs, which is this adorable little workspace that we end up with. I joked about the ghost wallpaper, but then chat really liked it, so we did end up putting it in here. I have a really bad habit. Every time I come across the ghost wallpaper, I go, should we? And somebody always says, yes, we should. But I really like the subtle touch and the warm orange tone of that particular ghost wallpaper. And then we go with more of a peachy tone on the rest. So it's not as aggressive as it could be, but we are doing this room with the new Artist Studio kit. We just needed a flex space. This room felt kind of awkward for a bedroom, but if you do need a fourth bedroom, you could always convert this one. We also add in a chess table and we add in a games table downstairs around the same time. So this house ends up having a lot of different skill items, which I think is really, really nice to have in a build. But now we are really wrapping this up and finishing everything. So let me hop into the game and I will give you a quick tour of everything. So we are in game now and Apollo is in his cat cam for real this time, not fake. But we built our lot here on this 30 by 30 at the back of Brindleton Bay. We called the lot Autumn Fall House. I do use hashtag PlumeriaPlay to give you guys an easier time finding it. And here is what that lot is looking like. I actually find this lot looks better in the evening time as far as the front of the house goes. But look at how pretty it came out with the pumpkins and everything. I'm so obsessed with it. But anyways, here is the front of that lot. Of course, we've got our pumpkin path, you know this. And I did plop down a few leaf piles just to give it more of a fall feel. On our porch, we've got our rocking chairs and our pumpkins. We did play test this so they can walk even though there's pumpkins there. And then inside, we've got an open concept kitchen, living, dining. I love the way that all the colors ended up working together. I feel like it's a really good mix and match of reds, oranges, and yellows. In here, we have a small closet, which was purposefully left incomplete, but that is where we have our cat's litter box and the decoration box. And then, of course, here is our master bedroom. I think it turned out really cute. Like I said, I'm really enjoying the fall color theme. I'm quite a big fan of that color scheme. It's not something I usually go for, but turns out I really, really enjoy it. And then here is that master bathroom, a top-down view for you. Upstairs, we've got our small little landing with just some pictures on the walls, and it's just mostly a hallway of doors. Here is that first bedroom where it's kind of aggressively fall themed with all the decorations, but I did also include a scout board because that is from Seasons. And these two kids have a connected bathroom right here, which is just a very standard bathroom, so nothing too special going on in there. Then we've got our toddler space over here with the tent and everything. And like I said, here's where you can click through this gap in the tent on the Blarfy, and then the bed is very reachable from here. But here's what it looks like underneath the tent. I just think it's so cute. In here, we also included a little penguin TV as well as a lunchbox, because if you didn't know, your toddlers can grab quick meals from this lunchbox without needing an adult. So that's just practical, honestly. We've got another little bathroom right here that only has a standing shower. And once again, very simply done. It's like the exact same things that's in the other rooms. This is our craft space. So they do have an art easel as well as the new woodworking table. I went ahead and included a chess table just in case you needed it. And then other than that, it's just some nice clutter. But we did use that ghost wallpaper like I pointed out. And then this picture, the room was kind of themed around this picture just a little bit. It's a little bit of an inside joke with my Twitch streams. I looked everywhere for this variant of this photo one time. So now anytime we think it will make sense, we try to put this into a build somewhere. So this one just has like a nice fall color scheme. So it just made sense to try to use. And then downstairs on our back patio, we did get a little games table. We changed it over to Jenga. We have a cute little monkey bar set over here for the kids, our outdoor trash cans because there is no indoor trash can. Sorry about that. And then we just have a nice little pathway over to our cute little fire pit setup in this back corner. But that is it for our adorable fall build. I absolutely love the way this one turned out. Let me guys know how you feel about this fall build in the comments below, and let me know if you want to see any other fall builds this season. I think I definitely want to try to do at least a handful more of fall themed builds. I almost want to wait for the new pack to come out to see what all is going to come in it before I do another one, but I guess we'll have to see how it goes. If you made it this far into the video, comment a pumpkin emoji in the comments below. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you have the best rest of your day, and I will see you in the next one. Bye! I kind of want to see if I could get him in his pumpkin costume, but I feel like that could go tragically. Can I see you real fast? Just real fast. Everybody else has on their Halloween outfits, so you should try on yours. You gotta show the people how cute you're gonna look on Halloween. I did it! The little hood. Look at him. He hates it. Okay, I won't make you stay in it.